When Disney and Lucasfilm took Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny to the Cannes Film Festival, they did so in the hopes that the critics would love it, that they'd rave about it, and that for a month and a half they'd have positive word of mouth before the movie even got released. That backfired on them completely. Instead, the critics were very mad on this movie, about 50-50, and in fact, so many of them raised the same exact concerns that fans have had, that it's yet another Lucasfilm Disney disaster, that they're going to destroy the character of Indiana Jones, that Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character is going to be leading him around like a stupid old man. That's what the critics said that this movie was all about. And now, it looks like it might be worse than they could have ever possibly imagined. We knew that this movie needed to make a bunch of money, $300 million production budget, and that might be on the light side, according to all the reports. So this is a movie that needs to hit $850, $900 million just to break even. They just got very, very bad news at the box office. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny to ring up around $60 million opening. Here's why. Early box office outlook. A $60 million projected opening weekend for Indiana Jones 5, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Not just Deadline saying that over here, a Hollywood Reporter, same thing. Box office, Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny tracking for $60 to $70 million debut. To put in perspective why that is so bad, one, that's a drop-off significantly just from the early projections. The early projections were 81 to 111 million, around that $95 million middle range, which would have been bad because, spoiler alert, that's less than what Kingdom of the Crystal Skull opened to. All the way back in 2008, 15 years ago, the fourth Indiana Jones movie, I know some people want to say there's only 3 of them, but the fourth one to have the Indiana Jones title on it, right? $100 million opening weekend. $100 million. And you're telling me that 15 years later, with as much as ticket prices have gone up, inflation, all this stuff, and we're sitting here looking at an open weekend that was 95, that was going to be less than the opening anyway, but now it's been updated. There's no interest in this movie. $60 million. If this holds, that is an absolute nightmare for Disney and for Lucasfilm. The reason being, Crystal Skull was a movie that did make money. You know, it made just under $800 million at the box office, but the production budget is only around $175 million, so it made a good chunk of change. If this movie performs exactly like Crystal Skull does, it would lose a shit ton of money for Disney. But let's get into some of these details here. In the wake of the world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival to lackluster reviews, Dial of Destiny is currently looking at a $60 million domestic opening. The movie opens on June 30th, which is conceivably a 5-day play period, giving Independence Day falls on Tuesday. Dial of Destiny's 3-day is down from the $100 million 3-day of the last movie, and the latest sequel reps the finale for the entire franchise. Dial of Destiny is tracking significantly with older guys over younger. That's really not a surprise, but you know, it would be a surprise if those people showed up to see their favorite character be absolutely destroyed. That's maybe one of the reasons you shouldn't do something like this, because of the fan base. Some are saying a $70 million start for Dial of Destiny. That's quite a stretch. Realize that Lionsgate's John Wick Chapter 4 opened with $73 million, with double the tracking metrics that Dial of Destiny is showing right here. They talk a little bit about how they're struggling marketing to younger audiences, blah, 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 all of these things. This is the worst they could have possibly conceived of. Before, when it was tracking around 95 million, that would have been bad. But you could say, hey, it's going to have a big, really good legs. It's going to continue to play well through the weekend, like blah, blah, all this stuff. A $60 million opening? There's no escaping the disaster that might be. So instead of having a movie that conceivably could actually make $750 million, $800 million, but still lose money, but the media would claim it's a big success, now you might be looking at something that would struggle to hit, I don't know, say $500 million at the box office. That would be something that no one could possibly deny was a nightmare for Disney. Things just continue to get worse. I didn't expect it to be this bad. Even I'm shocked by this number, and I think the movie looks terrible. I'm a massive Indiana Jones fan. I don't hate Crystal Skull as much as some people do. Not a great movie, certainly, but I think it has its moments. This looks like something that will have no moments, that no one's interested in, and is yet another Disney Lucasfilm character assassination of a beloved male character. I guess we can't really be surprised at this point in time. People don't trust Disney, people don't trust Lucasfilm, and they certainly don't trust that this movie is going to be what they want it to be. That tracking is outstandingly bad for Lucasfilm. We'll see if this is anywhere close to accurate. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.